Last time, Total Party Guild.
Well, today will be the last day you interfere with my equipment. And as he says that, he's beginning to like swell up and get bigger and get bigger.
Today's the last day that we're gonna have to,
Because you'll be dead.
because you'll be.
By the time you get to say that last bit, he is now the size of a small ogre. Welcome, heroes, to Total Party Guild, your weekly retro-wave-inspired D&D podcast. I'm Sean Rowe, and I'll be your DM for this story arc. The guild is hiring
Vanessa Otero playing Jewel Von Onyx, the very injured, very isolated glamour bard.
Jeremy Blackheart playing Brilliance, the Red Moon, Rawl of the Tentacled Overlords.
And Stenel Bjornsson, the halfling barbarian, played by Justin Lamb, who's the only one who thinks we've got the advantage here.
Last time in our adventure, the heroes had assaulted a warehouse. They are being assisted by two other adventurers from the guild. They had taken out a bunch of bad guys, had dropped down into the bottom portion of the warehouse, leaving B on the above section, fighting for his life against a bunch of other crazy individuals. A Duergar, all metalliced out, became huge and decided to square off against Stenel, failing to hit him miserably because the guy's just so small. But right before we ended the session, Strangen floated down from the ceiling.
Descended.
Above. Oh, I like that. Descended from the ceiling above and reached out with his Dominate Monster spell, blasting into B's mind. B, using that awesome arcane item that he picked up, failed to succeed and is now dominated by the monster. This brings us to the top of the combat round, where Stenel, in the under warehouse, gets to go. Stenel, you're squaring off against the large Duergar. Another guy with a knife squaring off against you, trying to stab you with poison. Poison, stabby. What do you wish to do?
So descriptive. Poison, stab.
Yeah, I was going to try a new thing, like just be more descriptive.
Well, just don't say dagger. That's taken.
Oh,
Copyright.
Okay. I won't.
It's pretty sure that's copyright at this point. So yeah, I'm continuing to try and maneuver so that the littler guy, who's still taller than me, is between me and the really big guy. And I'm going to Jewel is no longer in melee range.
Yeah, no, she backed out.
Okay, so I'm still enraged, and I'm gonna attack this guy reckless. With I'm gonna start with the frost brand, but I've got the frost brand in one hand and the dagger in the other. And that's a crit on the old frost brand. That's quite nice.
Nice.
That is a 20.
Right. So, it's a frost brand, not the dagger. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's sorry, math. Cut all this. 13.
Nah.
So that's 22 damage. Oh, so many ones.
The dude is still alive.
Why do my crits fail me? Okay. So now the dagger's coming in. Can you visually verify that is actually 2 ones?
Oh my god.
Visually verify that you just rolled 2 ones. Yes.
I swear to
2d20s.
God, I did not touch your dice.
That's 1 in 200 chance right there. But I do get lucky.
Yeah, you're lucky.
So
You re-roll
rerolls
them
on
both.
ones.
Yeah.
Double 20s.
Actually, bananas. 14.
Okay, that hits.
Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. So that's a 9 on the stab and then a con save.
He doesn't have to roll the con save because you killed him.
Oh, good. I
Thank
still
God.
want him to fail the con save. Never mind.
Okay, he's going to go ahead and roll the con save. Oh, he passed.
Gives me the raspberry before he dies.
All right, so your blade comes arcing towards him. You chop off an arm. It shatters against the ground, and as he goes to reach over towards the stump, you stab him with the dagger, and he just crumples down, blood spraying everywhere.
And as he crumples, I kind of like maneuver him like off to the side, so it's like I'm sweeping him out of the way between me and the big guy.
Nice. So now you're staring big guy in the face.
And then I gesture with the tip of the sword, like, come on. Actually, do I have any movement left?
Yeah, you have all your movement left.
I'm gonna charge him.
Okay, you charge him.
I'm gonna charge him. and I'm gonna like duck past a swing and slide under his feet and just get behind him.
Okay. You do all of those things.
I'm nimble.
Yeah, you are nimble.
Ready for this.
Yep.
Go. Okay, that's my turn.
Cool. Awesome. That brings us to B. B, you are commanded to go and hunt down and kill your friends.
Okay. So can I run into view
Run into what view?
to where they are? I guess.
Yes. Yeah. If you move 30 feet and then you run, you're still just barely going to make it to the edge. You wouldn't even actually be able to make it to the edge from where you're at.
Okay.
So you're going to spend all your action running.
Sure. Yeah. I was just trying to think if there's anything else I can do. But
No, but you feel the magic circlet over your head beginning to try and fight back against the dominate monster power. Go ahead and roll me a intelligence save.
12 minus 1, 11.
And it still holds the magic continues to hold your brain. That brings us to the Duergar. You ran and jumped and slid, and you slid underneath his feet. Right. And as you do, he raises the hammer above his head, and suddenly these little like vents open up on the side, and the back of the hammer like pops open, and you hear this, and this like jet engine like begins to shoot out of the end of the hammer, and he brings it slamming straight down into the ground. And when he does, this massive shockwave blasts out from him. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity save.
19.
You succeed. So the shockwave rolls over you, and you take half damage from the concussive thunder damage. Sorry, mathing. So you take half of 29 from the success, and then half of that because you're raging.
So down to 14, down to 7.
Correct. And you do not get blasted 30 feet away from him.
That is a cool weapon, though.
The ground all around his feet cracks, and you see bits of concrete rip up from the ground.
That wasn't even all of my temporary hit points.
Oh, jeez. Well, well then. And that is the end of his turn as he spins around to stare you down. Jewel, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to like move 15 feet up so that I'm within 30 feet of him, within 30 feet of the Duergar.
Yep.
I'm going to take a swig of my greater potion, which is 4d4 plus 4. Of course. 4, 7, which was 11, which is basically nothing. I rolled 2 1s and a 2 and a 3. Okay.
Ouch.
Yeah. And then I'm going to cast Suggestion at the dwarf and say, I suggest you hand that weapon to my little friend there.
All right. What's the DC?
It is 15, and it's at disadvantage because it's with my sit turn.
What is that? A wisdom save?
Yes.
Okay. You feel the magic lock into place around him.
Okay.
What else do you wish to do?
And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to move 15 feet back.
The last guy on the catwalk is retreating, so he is leaving the combat. He survived to face another day. Strangenfell begins to float up towards the ceiling again. That's the end of that round. Brings us back to top of the round. Stenel, you're up.
Stupid.
Stenel,
Right.
you're up. You're up, Stenel.
Would I know that he's like? Would I see it on his face that he's no longer hostile?
You like see the magic of Jules stuff like flowing over him. So yeah, it looks like it's locked into place.
Oh, good. Well, stand down, soldier. This isn't your fight. And then I'll wink at Jewel.
Nod.
Like a really big wink. Uses my whole face. Yeah, that works for me.
Don't want to like hold an
Okay,
action.
that's Stenel's action. B, what are you gonna do?
Run to the edge of where they are, and who can I see?
Okay. So from the edge, you'd have to like because of where they're positioned, you'd actually have to lean like all the way over the edge. But if you lean all the way over the edge, you can see all 3 targets. Jewel's closer, Stenel's farther away.
Am I closer? I thought I ran farther into the building.
Yeah, actually, you're absolutely right. You're about 10 feet farther away than Stenel is.
Okay, I unload on Stenel.
Okie dokie.
14 plus 5.
19. Stenel, what's your AC?
That's a 16. That's a hit.
24 damage.
Cut in half. It's 12.
Actually, since I didn't hurt anybody on my last turn, my rage dropped.
God damn it.
It goes the whole round.
Oh, it goes the whole round.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Plus
then
you
I'll
got
take
hit.
12 damage.
Plus you got hit
8
from
plus
Duragar. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
8 plus 5, 13.
Oh, that one's a miss.
Do I have a bonus action
Wait,
thing?
How much damage did I take?
24.
Oh.
Or halved 12.
Uh,
I think that's it for me.
all right, go ahead and roll an intelligence save.
14 minus 1, 13.
No, that spell is still holding on.
So I get hit and I'm like, there's another bee.
And I'm hanging
Just the
like
shock.
upside down over the edge.
Yeah, Jewel, you can see that Bee has swung around the outside edge and has shot into Stenel. But it is now the Duragar's turn. Duragar turns towards you, Stenel, and he flips the hammer and he throws it towards you so that you can catch it.
Oh, I catch it.
Yeah, and then he punches you in the face.
yeah. That makes sense.
Wait.
He
Hey.
only had to give you the weapon. He didn't have to submit to us.
Oh, that's true.
At least he looks like he's punching you in the face, but yeah, this Duragar cannot roll above a 2 so far. So
Thank goodness.
So these big muscly arms come sailing at you and they just pass right over the top of you. And then he's like, I'm gonna kill you.
I'd like to think I sheath the dagger real quick to catch the hammer, and then just the badger hood flies back from the wind of the meaty fist.
Yep. But that is his action. So Jewel, you are up.
I'm so confused.
Okay. So I cast a suggestion and I step back and I'm watching and I'm ready to like pounce in with my next action. And then B pops over the edge and starts shooting Stenel. Okay.
Correct.
So.
And you know he doesn't miss.
Yeah. Definitely know that it was intentional. I'm going to point to B and cast Dispel Magic at 3rd level. For each spell of 4th level or higher, I have to make an ability check using my spell casting ability. So if it's higher than 3rd level, I have to make a check, but if it's 3rd level, it just dispels.
Right. It is higher than 3rd level. So go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
You get Jack of all trades to it.
Okay. So my spell casting modifier is Charisma, which is 4, plus Jack of all trades, which is still at only 1, plus 5. Oh my god. This was a stupid idea. Oh, dirty 20.
Hey!
15 plus 5.
And you feel the spell that you're reaching out towards. You like wrap around it and you just like reach in and you can feel it like a net around B's brain. And you grab it and you just like peel it off. And it's barely just like a tiny tug when the circlet also finally activates and it like resheathes his brain and the spell shatters and breaks from around him.
Okay. And if I see him when I see him finally snap out of it, I'm going to run 15 feet forward and cast Mantle of Inspiration again, or trigger Mantle of Inspiration.
Okay, doke. So that would, what's the range on that?
Let's see. I think it's 30
I
feet.
think it's 60.
Oh yeah, it's 60 feet.
Okay, then you catch your whole party.
Yep. Cool.
All right, B, do you want to move?
Yes, I'm gonna go mind flare hunting.
Not by yourself, dude.
All right, so you pull yourself back up over the edge, and you can see that he is making his way to another catwalk nearby, and he suddenly spins back towards you as the spell effect breaks.
And I get up to my knee and make eye contact.
And he stares you down.
Oh my god. The 8 temporary hit points for Stenel and B.
Yay.
Thank you.
And I'm just standing like 31 feet away from Stenel and the Duragar, just on the edge.
Strangenfell is going to leap over the edge of the place that he was just landing to now that his spell effect is broken and float down behind a bunch of crates about 80 feet away from you, B. You can no longer see where he's at. Top of the round. Stenel, you're up.
Okay. This hammer, can I use it?
Sure.
I'm a halfling.
Yeah, you're going to be at disadvantage. It's massive.
Right. That was my, cause like it's not something that I can just like use easily.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna drop it.
Boom, boom, ching, boom.
You gotta throw it
Yeah,
away.
kinda behind me. That's You seen the size of this
Yeah, it
thing?
goes like 5 feet.
But
I put my entire...
have you considered if you recklessly attack, it's a normal roll?
I have considered that because I want advantage on my actual attacks. Because I'm hoping to get another crit in here somewhere. Yeah, but I'm very happy with the sword dagger combo. This is feeling real nice. So once again, I'm gonna pull some slippery fish stuff. I'm gonna like maneuver into a good position on this big meaty guy, and I'm gonna hit him with the sword recklessly, naturally. Since I rolled 22.
That hits.
Damn. 12.
Okie dokie.
I'm just clipping. And then the dagger. That's going right in. Dirty 20.
That hits. Roll damage.
That's 7 stabby damage and the con save.
And he passes.
Sugar. I'm just keeping his attention, biting his ankles. Arr.
Arr.
But I'm trying to keep moving. Like I want him looking at me and not at the hammer.
All right. B, it's your turn.
80 feet, huh?
Yep.
And cover.
Yeah, you can't see him. He dropped behind a bunch of crates.
Oh, motherfucker. I hang back over the edge and shoot at the big dude that I'm just
Okie doke.
I'm just now noticing for the first time. I make eye contact. I see him drift behind some boxes, and I go, fuck. And I'm like, wait, what was that? Does a 9
Should be a
hit?
big target.
No.
How about 19?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Wait, is he within 30 feet?
No, he's like 35.
Okay. I will do
40, 45. Yeah, about 45.
26 points of damage.
And it burns into him, and he's like, ah! And you can see that the fire and ice combo is really starting to piss him off.
And
You
then,
do anything else, B?
pop back up so I can see what's around me and look for the mind flayer.
B, as you pop up, you start looking around. You see that there's a bunch of guys in overalls. They're running away from the front of the gate. There's a couple of guys in capes that are running towards the front of the gate. The dude that was on the catwalk has slid down the bottom of the catwalk and is running away with the guys in the coveralls. But you don't see the mind flayer.
Also, if he has that disguise self ring.
The Duergar's turn. He reaches down and picks up the hammer, and he looks at you, Stenel, and then he vanishes. Just goes completely invisible.
That's not fair. What?
Jewel, you're up.
What happened to the 2 guys that were behind him?
That were behind who?
There were 4 guys
Duergar?
plus the Duergar earlier.
No, there was only the 2 guys plus the Duergar.
Oh, I thought there were 4. Okay.
No, yeah, those guys are dead. Stenel and you guys, you took care of them.
Do I suspect that he warped away or that he went invisible?
You suspect one of those things, yep.
Fuck. Okay.
Possibly both.
Okay. I'm going to move forward and cast Fairy Fire where he just was, which is probably stupid because he could have moved, but you would have gotten an opportunity attack even if he moved while invisible. Metagaming. I'm going to assume that since
Stenel, roll an opportunity attack.
God damn it.
I'd forgotten about that. So
Yay.
at disadvantage.
Can you visually verify that I rolled 2 16s?
Did roll 2 16s. So you hit him as he tries to slide away from you.
22. Assuming it's whatever's in my primary hand. Come on, something that's not 1s and 2s on the damn 15. Ooh, he's still there. I took a bite out of him.
Yeah. So you clipped him as he was moving away from you, but you can't tell which direction he was moving from. So Jewel, does that help with your decision-making capabilities?
A little bit. It stops what I was going to do. And
Sorry.
I show her the frosted blood on my blade.
Okay, this is weird and such a risk. I'm going to cast Dispel Magic. It says you can choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Would it be I don't know if, now that I've said that, it sounds stupid. Can I choose invisibility because that's a magic effect in range?
If you had something that was up that lets you see the spell that was active, then you could choose that effect.
Okay.
If you knew that spell effect was active, you could choose that effect. So if you had detect magic up and running, then you'd be able to see that there's a spell effect of invisibility, but not necessarily where the hell it was. So at least that's the way that I'm going to be playing it.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with a no on that one.
No for me, bro. Okay.
For that spell effect.
I don't know which direction he ran in, so it's hard to just pray and spray. So fuck, this is hard. I'm going to antagonize him just by yelling out something like, "Oh yeah, I thought you were going to stop us from doing this to you again, huh?" And then realize that He's probably more dangerous, invisible, and prepare. Sorry, I'm gonna prepare fairy fire for if I suspect where he is again, and
Okey-doke.
that's my turn.
Alrighty, top of the round. Back to Stennel.
Ah. Can I see B hanging off the edge?
B pulled himself back up and is looking on the top of the warehouse, so you can't see him now.
What the heck, man? You shot me. All right. Can I? How's the lighting down here?
It's pretty dim after the area, the 30 feet around where the crates dropped. It's like the rest of the lights are turned off.
Right. Can I see the big footprints where the guy was just standing?
No.
Like in dust and stuff.
This was a clean shop.
I'm gonna use my 35 feet of movement to like walk in an S curve, see if I feel any bump into anything, and if I do, I'll attack.
You rolled a 26 to hit you as you moved outside of his abilities, so you got an opportunity attack.
Oh, cool.
Roll me a Constitution save.
Is it against poison?
No.
Oh, cool. 26.
Damn.
You take 32 points of damage from the hammer, cut in half, and you do not get stunned for the round.
And as I see Stennel
Okay.
take damage, I'm gonna cast fairy fire.
Okay. Stennel gets clipped by this massive hammer that suddenly appears out of the air. Stennel starts moving across the ground, and it just spins him around in a circle as it clips him.
Wait, okay, so the Constitution save was to see whether or not I fell down.
If
Got
you were
stunned.
stunned.
Gotcha. Or whether or not I was stunned. Okay.
Right.
Not whether I take half damage.
Correct. Yeah, you just take the half damage because of your rage.
Right. Okay. So
Okay.
I took 16 points.
Correct.
Not 8. Got it.
Correct.
I'm
All right, cool. And now you get to go. Well, one sec, because we have to finish up Stennel's actions, but you were waiting for him to attack, so you get your opportunities. So you want to go ahead and activate Fairy Fire? Is that what you want to do?
Yep.
He's visible now.
He's invisible still, or he's
right.
visible now? You said
No. As soon as he hit, he became visible.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna cast
hit
it.
him with that fairy fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with it anyway. Yeah.
Okay. What's he got to roll?
He's got to roll a dexterity saving throw, DC 15.
Nat 20.
Of course.
Balls.
Cool. I'll mark those off on my.
All right. So Stennel, you get to finish your action as you're beginning to move away, and then you got clipped.
All right. I'm going to turn around and attack his giblets.
Go ahead.
All right. So first, the frost. 15.
Miss.
Heck.
Well, technically, the blade comes down, and he raises one of his metal arms, and it catches your blade on it, like, shink, and you see sparks and frost just, like, begin to cover his arm.
Neat. Well, you know what? I'm going to get 2 hands on this sword, and I'm just going to attack him with the sword. Sword time, baby.
So you dropping the dagger?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's 17.
Okay, that hits.
Yay. Wait, it's like a 1 fiesta up in here. So 6, 12, 13 damage from little old me. But as I do, I would like to taunt him.
Sure, go ahead.
Like, you can't face me like a man. Eh? Yeah, try to use your fancy tricks. Come on.
Yeah, he looks just as angry as he was a minute ago.
I'll keep stabbing.
All right, that moves up to B. It's your turn.
How many cloaked figures are running towards the front?
Like 4 or 5.
I trust in Jewel and Stennel. I'm gonna go help the other 2.
Okay, so you start covering the ground to get closer to it.
Yeah, and if I can see any of them, I'm gonna take shots immediately.
Okay, yeah, you can see one of them for sure.
Yeah. How far?
How far?
Yeah.
He's about 60 feet.
I think that's 60 feet, but I need to double check. Oh, it's 90 feet. Oh, that's even better.
Awesome.
Huh?
Did you hit him?
No, I'm casting a spell. Give me a second.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So I'm going to cast Enemies Abound. It makes an intelligence saving throw.
All right. It's going to roll an intelligence saving throw.
And it needs to be.
You rolled a nat 19.
Yeah, that beats it.
Of course it does.
Sorry.
Well, that's my
That's
turn.
your movement and your action.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. It brings us back to the Duergar. The Duergar, takes that second attack from you, and then he swings his hammer up and swings it down on top of you for 24.
I was going to say I did recklessly attack him. So
For 24.
wow. Yeah. So bring it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me another Constitution save.
Which I pass.
Thank God.
40 points of bashing damage as his hammer smacks into you.
Did you need to borrow some dice over there?
Yeah, I only have 3 of those.
Are they D8s?
Yeah.
I got it.
He's trying to kill you with those.
Stop helping the DM.
So
Thanks.
what I'm hoping will happen is I'm standing there and I'm like looking fighty and I'm like, is that all you got? And then the hammer just like bong and then comes back up and I'm like, Dizzy, is that all you got?
Yeah, exactly. So the hammer comes swinging down and smacks into you for that damage. And then as he's holding it there, his hand flicks out like this, and he makes a fist towards Jewel, and this little piece like slides up, and a beam of energy comes scarleting out at Jewel for his secondary attack. He rolled a 17
That hits.
Man, we may need help.
for 14 points of fire damage.
Okay.
How you doing, Jewel?
I'm still standing. I took a greater healing potion.
Sweet. Awesome. So it burns across you as his hand comes out, and then the thing drops back into his arm, and he re-grabs his hammer as he's staring down Stenel. That brings us to you, Jewel.
So I'm holding my stomach where I've been stabbed multiple times with poison. I just get burned. I keep making really bad suggestions, and I'm really running low on energy. So my brain is between 2 things. How's this guy looking? Is he looking just like sturdy as an ox?
He's starting to look pretty haggard now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like he brought the hammer down on top of Stenel, but he's like, you can hear him like his lungs like bellowing. Yeah, he's starting to feel it.
So I grit my teeth and I point at him and I say, "You think a little bit of fire could damage a star like me?" And I cast Vicious Mockery. So he has to make a
You got to roll for a save on that.
wisdom 15.
You rolled a nat 18.
Of course he did. So that's it. Nothing happens.
Does he still take damage?
Nope.
Oh.
How's Stenel looking?
Compared to my normal self,
Yeah. Rough.
I'm like just kind of hanging on.
Okay. I'm not sure.
Like it looks like another hit like that would be the end of it for me.
Fuck. Okay. Good. No, I guess. I don't want to use a healing word because I don't have very many spell points left. So,
No, that's fine. That's totally fine. This is what I'm built for.
what can you use your bonus action for? Just nothing? Taking a healing spell or healing potion that doesn't do anything?
Yeah, you could do a healing potion, or you could do that revivify potion on. Well, I guess not on yourself because that would revivify yourself.
Yeah.
You'd be dead
Inspiration.
by that point in time.
Yeah,
What's that?
Stenel already has it, and you're out of
That's
sight.
true,
So
Mm.
that's it. That's it for me.
Oh, just out of clarification, if I roll a d20 and miss, can I choose to add the inspiration to it after
Mhm.
determining that it
Yeah,
missed?
it's a D8.
Okay. See, I wasn't sure. About
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a D8 now.
So I will.
You gave me all yours, so.
Shit. Trigger. Wait, I have another.
Nope. Just roll a D6.
I have another.
Oh,
Right there.
damn.
So I guess I'm just going to make a the Neo I know Kung Fu motion with my hands and a dagger out. That's all I got. That's what I'm gonna do for my
Nice.
bonus action.
Okie dokie. So, B, up above, you go and you cast that spell. What that look like, by the way? I know it didn't work, but
Ornate, like scintillating galaxy color ghastly nails appear around the head of the target and jam in and then dissipate as it loses effect.
gotcha. And you can see as they appeared, they like goes to go jam in, and they kind of like bounce off, and then they dissipate. But 3 guys in coveralls are running, and they're starting to run towards you as they're trying to get away from the fighting at the front. You've now gotten to enough of an angle where you can see the 2 heroes are fighting. One guy with a big long sword is squaring off against 2 of the guys in the capes. The guy behind him is casting a spell. You see a bolt of energy just like zip out and blast through one of the other guys in a cape as he's taking him on. Then the guy in the coveralls behind the other 2 stops and turns his head towards you, and you just feel this massive pressure begin to blast out of him. The 2 guys in coveralls in front of him just collapse to the ground. Blood begins pouring from their nose. You, on the other hand, roll me a save.
What kind of save?
It's an intelligence save. Add advantage.
Oh, thank you. 18. 19 minus 1.
Okie doke. You pass. Your magical shield, like you feel it force itself closed around this blast from this guy as he's running past you. The other two in front of him just like collapse to the ground, but the energy itself hits you and like rolls over you and around you and completely dissipates off of you as if it's not doing any sort of damage. As Strangenfell reappears in front of you, he's rolling for recharge. He does not recharge the mind blast for next round.
Oh,
Top of the round, Sentinel, you're up.
oh, I'm feeling just a bit woozy. That was that's a big old hammer, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna fumble around in my pouch for just a half second. I have something, and I'm hoping that the name of it makes it cooler than it normally would be. But I'm gonna pop the top off of Mr. Pendlerose's Greater Potion of Healing.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
What does that do?
Well, it's quite old.
Oh God.
How old?
Like really old. Like you have no idea how old it is. It's very old, and it tastes like medicine, and it's got a very cloying flavor to it. But you roll an additional d4 on the greater healing. So normally it's 4d4 plus 4, and now it's 5d4 plus 4.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I actually have that many D4s. How do I have so many D4s? But it's still plus 4. 44.
Yes, correct.
Take a oh. Here's a 4, 8, 12, 17 4s. So that's 21.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
a really good one.
That brings me.
That's higher than the amount of damage you just took.
Yeah.
That averages out all my shitty 4d4 rolls. Law of averages.
Okay. So I'm gonna down it. I'm gonna wipe my chin, and then I'm gonna charge right into this guy. Ready to go.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, come on. It's a party. Well, 18 plus 6 is 24.
That hits. Roll damage.
Get him. This is for Paulie. Ooh, 22. There's a good hit. Finally.
He's still standing.
I jab it into him. I race past him, spin around, cornering like a race car. 17 hit?
Yes.
Can't add inspiration to damage, can I?
No.
Didn't think so.
There is a Bardic College that lets you do that.
That's 11, 18 on that hit. Good hits.
He drops to his knees from that secondary blow and like lands. You can see him like bellowing, like, just, oh no, you're not getting the best of me.
I've got my sword aimed
And he-
right at his heart.
And he begins to stand back up again, to square off against you.
Mm-hmm.
B, your turn. His Strangenfell appears in front of you. That mind blast, which should have worked, rippling off of you instead.
Yeah. It was one of those. I rolled a 4 and a 19.
Yeah. Oof.
How close is Mr. Strangenfloat?
He's within 60 feet.
So
He got close enough just to blast you at his farthest range.
That's kind of annoying. Is there anything I think he can run behind pretty quick, or is he kind of out in the open?
On his next turn, if he wants to, he can run into behind some crates off to the left of himself. Yes.
I'm going to move 25 feet
Okey-doke.
towards him and take my 2 shots.
All right, roll it.
16 plus 5, 21.
That hits.
16 damage.
Okie doke.
17 plus 5, 22.
That also hits.
26 damage.
The blasts of energy burn into him, and he immediately stumbles back a step. The look of pain rolling across him. You can see that his armor that he's wearing underneath has like red hot scorch marks that begin to fade from the heat.
And I'm going to yell, "You forgot so soon!"
Ooh, nice.
And that's my turn.
Awesome. That brings us back to the Duergar. Duergar is staring at you, Stenel. But before he attacks you, he brings his hand up and aims again another burning bolt at Jewel. For a nat 1, Jewel ducks out of the way as the bolt of energy scores past her head.
A lot of that going around.
And then he swings the hammer whoo, and comes it back down at you for a 20.
Miss. Just kidding. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
46 points of damage. That was a really good roll. I finally started rolling some damage.
Did you say
Yeah, I'm
46?
glad I lent you those dice.
Yeah, 4, 6.
That's 1 less than my total hit points.
Don't get hit by this hammer.
Holy fuck.
Okay, I'm back to being wobbly. I thought I was gonna like dodge out of the way of that, and then he like I rolled too soon, and he just targeted me, flattened me to the ground. My breastplate probably saved my life.
And then you see him reach up and he hits his chest like right here, and you hear this thing go, and he suddenly looks a little better.
Oh, what the heck? Dude's got stim packs.
Okay, that's the end of his turn. That brings us to Jewel.
We're gonna be at this all day.
I can see how haggard Stenel is, and
He still looks pretty haggard. Like, even though he looks a little better, it's like just a tiny perk up.
okay. I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery again, and it's gonna
Okay.
be like this: when he casts the spell at me, and it goes zinging past my head, and I just kind of cock it to the side with a smirk and shrug, like, "What was that?" And that is my Vicious Mockery.
All right. Well, I rolled a 6, so it hits.
Yay!
Yes.
Okay.
Kill him with it.
That's 5, and he has disadvantage on his next attack.
So he's still alive, but now he looks really angry at you. He's like, "You'll be next. As soon as I squash this one over here."
Yeah. Is there anything for me to
Brings
duck
us
behind,
to-
maybe?
Not really. No. You'd have to. There's like alleyways in this crate, so you'd have to run into the alleyway. It'd be tight, and he would have a hard time fitting. But, yep.
I just want to get
Twice.
like some kind of cover so that he can't hit me.
Strangenfell pulls a pistol out of his pocket and fires at you, B, as he moves away from you. He rolled a 14.
Hey.
He would have hit me.
Is that a miss?
Yes.
Okay. He gets just right around the outside edge of cover, so he is now around the outside. You can't see him anymore. He's rolling for recharge. 5. His mind blast is recharged.
Fuck.
Top of the round. Stenel, you're up.
You can do it,
Oh,
man.
man.
You have a D8 of inspiration.
Yeah, if only the inspiration will keep me standing. All right, here we go. Swing. Oh wait, reroll on 22
That hits.
for 15.
Your blade bites deep into him, and you see him drop to a knee yet again. His big metal arm clasps yours as he's holding on to you, and he looks you in the eyes. At least I'm going down fighting against a worthy adversary, not these fucking city folk. You know we were going to take them all, right? You just would have given us another couple of weeks. Could have had my masterpiece built. And then his hand starts sliding off of yours. But no, I won't have the opportunity. And then his other knee drops down, so now he's just sitting in front of you. How would you like to kill him?
Sorry, I was not prepared for the abrupt change in tone. But this is like, oh no, the rage lasts 10 rounds. That's right, not 6. Okay, so I'm actually still pissed off. And my eyes are gonna dart around as I think of like a cool comeback, and then I'm gonna be like, good. I didn't want to see your masterpiece anyway. And then I'll twist the sword, wrench it out, spin it above my head, and like take him across the neck.
And his head comes sailing clean off.
And then I'll use my tiny foot and just boot his big old body backwards so it follows that way.
And his big giant body falls back, and then it begins to shrink. And his head begins to shrink back down to his normal Duergar size. Still have movement and one more attack.
Yeah, but there's no one to attack.
No,
me.
there's the crates.
But I'm worried about B. I heard gunshots. I limp over to Jewel though.
Pew pew.
I'm fine.
Jewel, are you still like by the elevator?
No, I'm further into
No,
the
she's
building.
across the room from it.
Oh, well then I'll limp over towards the elevator.
Okay.
Catch my breath.
B, it's your turn.
30 feet forward to try and get a view.
You run 30 feet forward, and you just get around the corner. You can see that he's about 10 feet back from the edge, but you now have line of sight. He is not in cover.
Is he within 30 feet of me?
Yeah, because he didn't actually move that first time around, and so now he's within 10 feet.
Okay. I don't know if I want to be that close, but
Well, now you are.
whatever. I'm going to use Hexblade's Curse. So
Okay, it settles on him.
he's cursed for a minute. I get bonus to damage equal to my proficiency bonus. Any attack I make that's a 19 or 20 crits, and if he dies, I heal a little bit.
Sweet, go ahead.
And then boom, boom, pew pew. Heck. I have a DM inspiration, and I'm going to use it for advantage.
Okay.
21.
I'm done.
Uh,
It hits.
22 damage.
Cool.
And then second attack. Oh, that's a 19.
Oh, that's great.
So 8 plus 8, 16, 31. Do I want to Eldritch Smite? Do I think this will... Based on my fight with him before, do I feel like if I Eldritch Smite him, I will kill him?
How much dice do you roll for Eldritch Smite?
3d8, I think.
It could be close.
No, I'll hold it. So that was 30.
No,
Now I'm going to
you
hold
don't
it.
do it now. When are you ever going to do it?
No, I'm going to hold it. 31 was that second hit.
Yep. No, I wrote it down. Yep. He's looking pretty beat up. And that's the end of your action?
Yes. Oh, no.
All right.
Sorry if that was loud. I did 4 extra damage because Hexblade's Curse is my proficiency. Wait,
You have the possibility of killing him.
hold on. Our proficiency is +2 right now, right?
Plus
Or is it
3.
Oh, so 6 extra damage.
You have the possibility.
It would be crit.
What are you saving it for?
Counter spell.
Oh,
So he doesn't get
Right.
away again.
well, this is going to be
It'd be 68 damage. What do you guys think?
it's all or nothing, man.
Giving you 2 seconds to decide.
Fine, I'll do it.
1.
Use it.
I'll do it. Stenel. Don't fail me, Stenel.
Get him.
3, 7, 13, 21, 23,
Channel your inner badger.
29.
Woo!
So that second hit did 60 total.
You are 4 points over his hit points.
Oh my
Hey!
god.
Get him. What does it look like?
So, what's it look like?
The first hit, I get that rush of energy from the DM inspiration as my hex locks my like honey gold eyes in on my target, and I get those little like cross hatches, like you look through a scope. And he kind of gets like this light honey gold static around him, and the first shot pierces his chest. And then the second shot, 4 wings open up on the back of my rifle, kind of forward, and take in mana from the surrounding area, and charge up to this overcharged pulse blast that builds up on the front of the rifle and obliterates the top half of his torso.
Woo! Goodness.
So there's just like this giant hole in him, or like his head and shoulders are gone too?
Like his head and shoulders are a crater.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So, boom, like you saw the look of fear and shock on his face right before it just vaporized him. At that, as the blast rips through him, 4 of the guys in capes start screaming and grabbing their head, and then they collapse. 2 of the other guys who are fighting the heroes at the front gate just like turn, stop, and look, and then they're like, now that they're just like 2 guys left fighting all of you heroes, they give up. They drop their weapons, and we drop out of combat.
Oh my.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god. I'm almost
I
dead.
used that when the enemy's abound spell failed. I was like, okay, that's not a big deal. And then he came back, and I was like, wait, I need to save a counter spell. I can't do half of the shit I want.
Because for sure, I was gonna try and flee if it didn't go his way. He was gonna flee.
Yeah, not again. Jeez. Chasing them all over West Bank.
Holy
Oh, guys.
And the elevator in the background slowly raises up. You see the shattered crates and haggard Stenel Jewel grabbing her chest from the stab wounds as it lifts to the level of the warehouse that you guys are at. The 2 guildies at the front have rounded up the survivors, and you can see one of them like casting a spell real quick of sending. And then within moments, the city guard is all over the warehouse.
I make sure that the brain jars in the other 2, one was cracked, but I make sure it's destroyed, and then I make sure the other one is also destroyed.
Yep. You spend just a few moments destroying those guys. Yep.
Can I go take the disguise self ring off the Illithid?
Yeah, you can take the disguise self ring off the Illithid. Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm going to invert my colors.
Looking at a photo negative. So weird.
Nice.
Cool. I think I've broken something.
Wait, what?
Himself?
I think like maybe ribs or something. I think we did it though. Man, that guy was big.
Is there anything else on the Mind Flare?
Or the big guy?
He has Stangenfell's ring, but there's nothing magic or anything like that on it.
Okay, I will take that as well.
Okay.
And then I'm going to grab his foot and drag him out of the nook he was in.
All right. So you drag his foot, you drag him out.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's got his melted body. As you guys are standing there, you can hear this like low rumble noise come from the under part of the warehouse.
That can't be good, right?
And then a couple seconds later, the platform that had the rest of those crates on it like starts dropping a little bit, and then it kind of like tilts to his side. And you can see that there's a lot of like light of flame from the underneath the warehouse.
Wait, what?
Is that
Is there
fire?
Fire.
Smoke begins billowing out.
You should probably run.
You know what they say: where there's smoke, get out.
You guys leave the warehouse?
Yeah, I'll just yell, "Everybody out, there's a fire!"
Yeah. Within
Yeah.
moments of you guys getting out of the warehouse, the rest of it has caught fire. Like now the fire brigade's being called. The warehouse itself is just going up rapidly.
So much for looting, am I right?
I'm just like limping out, dragging myself out.
I drag the mind flayer, hoping that they can use it to learn something else about them.
Awesome. Yeah, they're going to be studying his toes.
They're very ticklish.
Squid toes? Do mind flayers have toes?
They have
You know, I
ears.
actually don't know.
We're all gonna
We're
find
going
out.
to find out, though.
Yeah, we get to study.
It's kind of weird to think that a squid thing would have 8 feet.
That is true. Maybe they're just like more squid things that are all curled up at the bottom of the boots. You want to pull off a boot and find out?
You know, I'm curious.
Yeah, you pull it off, and it's like curled up squid tentacles, just like they're like curled themselves, and they're kind of like hardened on the tips. That looks like they're just curled in the bottom of the boot to give them stability.
Just calamari.
I'm gonna
Old.
and then put the boot back on.
All right, what do you guys wish to do?
Enjoy the bonfire.
Can we? All right. So who's? It's hard to think, and it hurts this much. Osric, right?
hmm
Okay. I'm gonna tell Jewel and B that I'm gonna sending Osric, and I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna send him a message.
You think really hard.
We did it. Stuff's on fire. We should all drink. How did everything else go well? Over.
I just look at you. Did he respond?
Not yet. Shh.
Oh no, I hope he's all right.
Guys, I can't hear him. Shh. Jewel.
Legitimately wants you to take like a level in like sorcerer, just one of these like level ups. Just look, guys, I did it.
I got like a Roman candle
You can just take
that I bought somewhere.
the magic initiate feat.
I think you have to have intelligence or something
or
to do it,
something
don't
like
you?
No, you pick which class, and then it's based off whatever that class's stat is.
Mm.
I think.
Okay. Do we
Okay.
want to check in and see if everybody else got their shit done?
Yes, please.
So we're gonna go ahead and jump back to the guilds. A couple hours have passed. The city watch have helped assist the guild members after they've assaulted the rest of the facilities. You see, Osric is back inside the guild, and beers and wine and whiskey and tea, for those who don't do any of that other stuff, is being passed around, and there's cheers going on for everybody. The rest of the assaults went pretty successfully. There was only 1 or 2 casualties. Some people are being healed up at the medics tents, tents like the medical facilities here. But overall, it was a very successful attacks. The warehouse that you guys were at, it looked like they were beginning to prepare for the assault themselves. There was a bunch of the Shadow Vipers on their way to that warehouse that got caught by the city guard as they were preparing to get their assault on. So you guys were faster than they were in getting this off the ground. And the remaining facilities have been captured. The rest of the brains have been destroyed, but there are several suits that have survived that they can study and possibly use for their advantage. So there's a lot of cheering going on as you guys are back at the guild. Do you guys wish to do anything in particular?
Has anyone seen that kid?
That kid has been gone for the last couple days.
Do you have anything specific you want to say to him?
I still have his ring, and I slip it on my finger.
Do you
Well, if he does come back, at least he'll
do
keep
you
it
want to
safe.
give it back to him?
I don't know if I can answer that.
We could show him the painting and ask him if he knows anything about it.
He did keep saying it was his birthright, but it doesn't look like he knows anything more than that.
I mean, I'm gonna sending the kid and say, I know where your ring is, but you're gonna have to come back to the guild. That's it.
And he replies, "Keep it safe. I'm far away right now, but I'll return."
What's the range on sending?
It's like anywhere
Same plane.
on the plane.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Osric approaches your guys' table, places down your guys' favorite drinks, slides them over. Well, lads, that was some mighty fine work you did there. Mighty fine.
Hmm
Yeah. Yeah.
We lost out on a pretty big commission in the Grasslands.
Well, I'm sure we'll be able to find something to send your way.
Yeah, but we saved the day. We helped save the day. Imagine if we hadn't stumbled on this.
Right? You guys would have came back to a city controlled possibly by some mind flayers. Now, wouldn't that have been something?
Would anybody even notice?
Who knows? Who knows? But I'll drink to not having them taking over this place right now. And he takes a big swig.
Insight.
Pats you
check.
very hard on the. Okay, go ahead. Pats you very. Pats you very hard on the shoulder, Stennel.
Ow. God. My ribs.
18.
Also, Osric.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, he's telling it like it is. He feels that
Okay.
you guys are fine, like everything's good.
Also, Osric, buddy, you need to speak up.
Oh, I'm not quite loud enough for you.
No, yeah, when I'm talking at you, like, yeah, sometimes I can't hear you back. So, yeah, don't be afraid to speak up, all right? And I give him a wink. I get back to my drinking.
All right. The crowd is beginning to like get bigger as friends of the guild are beginning to show up now and celebrate. You see more and more town guards show up, and then from the top of the stairs, you hear a loud ringing of a bell, and everyone begins to settle down. Spurin makes his way from the top of the stairs down into the crowd, and he looks around the group. I would like to first thank Jewel and Stennel and B for bringing us this opportunity to serve the city as the guild. Jewel, would you please stand up?
I just dead eye look at him for a minute before standing up reluctantly.
Please, everyone, a round of applause for these heroes.
And I beckon to my two friends to also stand up with me.
I clap, but then I also, oh, yeah, and then I stand up. Oh, yeah, it was me too.
Now, it has been an honor for me to serve on this guild, and it's been an honor for me to work with such fine individuals, such as these three, and the rest of you, I should say, that you all have been very helpful for the guild and served this city well. It is with that honor that I would like to offer you your improvement of rank. Please come forward.
Hey, another
Point to
promotion.
myself like us? What?
Yes, you three have done such a fantastic job in serving the city and serving our guild that it has been deemed from us, the heads of the guild, that it is time and right proper to promote you all.
Cool. I will gesture to my
All right.
friends to go before me so that I am not the first person up there with him.
I'll do it. I'll strut like a rooster. Look at me. I'm only
And
2 days back and I already get a promotion.
You strut forward, and he reaches over and grabs the pins for the new rank, the rank of
Steel.
Steel.
steel rank. What rank were we
Gold.
before?
Gold.
Gold?
Oh, I see. What's the next rank after steel?
Platinum.
A lot.
Ah, cool. Awesome. I forgot we went into from the precious metals to the metal metals. So, and so he gathers you three up, and he looks down at you, B, and he goes, "For your daring and dashingness, and for always leading in the forefront of danger, B, I present you your steel pin."
And I lean forward so he can put it on me.
And he does so.
And I take a big ass bow.
There's rounds of applause for everybody.
And then I step back so either Stennel or Jewel can do the same.
I'll step up.
Stennel, for courageously leading the charge against those who held up the city and against that of the guild, for being the first boot to kick down the door.
Yes, thank you. Got it. Yeah, thank you.
For
Thank you. Thank
always
you.
looking
appreciate
out
it.
for your
That's
companions
yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
and for
We
looking
can-
after the guild
yes.
itself.
Well, it's just more time. We're not drinking. Thank you.
I present to
Thank-
you
Yes.
your steel pin, Stenl.
Oh, thank you so much. I don't bow because ribs, but I'll do a wave and stuff.
And he puts it on you.
And now I
Thank you.
just feel like I
And-
had a bunch of opening bands.
Now the real
I
performance.
should have gone in the
begins.
middle.
And he walks up to you. Jewel, for courageously bringing this to our attention and for facing down the evils that plague this city, for holding the highest standards of the guilds and being that calm voice amongst the darkness, I present you with this steel pin.
Thank you. As he goes to put it on me, I take just half a step back and put my finger up no. And then I'll put my hand out, just put it in my hand, buddy.
And he puts it in your hand with one hand and then cups your hand and closes it with the other.
And then I will yank it back. No, thank you. Stop touching me.
Now, it is with my pleasure and honor that I announce their promotions within the guild. But furthermore, I have one more announcement. It is my pleasure to say that, and my deepest sadness, to let you all know I will no longer be serving the guild as at the end of the week, where I will be accepting an appointment with the board. I do hope that the guild will be continuing forward in great leadership, and that you will continue to serve the city of West Bank and the civilians and people around it, and via the city's West Bank, the board. And I also do hope to continue serving as an ambassador to the guild in my new capacity as a member of the board. Thank you all so much for all of the efforts you have done to save this city yet again from the clutches of evil and darkness that surrounds us.
Cool. So what you're saying is that we
Wait.
directly helped you help the city, and that got you an appointment on the board.
He's here to announce 4 promotions. Is included.
So this doesn't mean a lot to me, but taking a look at the crowd, what are the faces?
There's a little bit of shock. There's some excitement. There's a little bit of anger that's going on. But for the most part, it's kind of just taken in.
What,
I think it'll be a little bit before it settles in.
what is Ozric's face?
Ozric is doing a really good job of not betraying any sort of emotion.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think we've spent enough time with that. Please, everyone, drink. The guild is funding everyone's drinks for the evening.
I was already drinking at the time you said it.
Yeah.
Not gonna bet.
And I golf clap.
I kind of gently pat Stenel's back, I don't think they can afford you, little buddy.
I'm gonna make sure they try.
And with that, Spurn dismisses himself and begins to go back to his office.
Wow, good job, us. Oh, another day, another adventure.
You took down a mind flayer by yourself, B.
I was already hand up, I guess.
Ha. I'm gonna spend. Okay. So they have some kind of amazing iced tea that I drink all the time, and I'm going to just be after Spurn leaves and everyone starts getting super jovial and rowdy, I'm going to just take a lot of occasions to just stop the crowd and be like, to B, to Stenel. And then just loudly recount how B took down a mind flayer all by himself and how Stenel basically saved my life and destroyed this ogre of a Duergar, and just I would like to spend the whole night just yay, go us.
And I will teach
And
people how to dance. Sorry.
what's that?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, throwing in how Jewel destroyed the automatons before they could come to life, and then took a bunch of poison daggers to the gut and didn't go down. Yeah.
I got the constitution of a rock.
Of a sailor. Even better.
I wonder, and then I'll start the like.
Pour you
I
some
wonder
milk.
who's going to replace Spurin. Oh, I don't think I'm quite ready for that yet.
You did say you were coming for that job.
I know I did.
Been saying that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
Like
teach
7
people
months worth of episodes.
a high energy tribal dance from the Rakshasa on Shrug Isle.
Fuck yeah! I'll play some
Ooh.
drums to that.
And as the party enjoys themselves for the evening, and as the drums are beating in the distance, and the crowd is cheering, we slowly pull back from the guild as the merriment is going on. And it seems almost as if the rest of the town of West Bank is also enjoying themselves. There are more people crowding the taverns. There are celebrations in the streets as the story of the guild and what they had done to save West Bank from an evil that they did not know was brewing begins to spread throughout the town. And it is with those cheerful cheers that we close out the chapter of this story arc. But before we go, a word from our players.
Yay! This is getting released the Sunday after I have been fully vaccinated. Just 2 more
Yay.
weeks and I can start hanging out with people again, kind of, on like the CDC recommendation list, you know? I will see you guys again in person.
Hooray!
Hey.
Hooray! If you get vaccinated, you should shout us out on Twitter or any other social media. We're at Total Party Guild across most of them. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all one word, Total Party Guild.
And now Justin wishes to say things.
That's you, Justin.
Sorry. Make sure to rate, review, subscribe, and yeah, get vaccinated. Don't miss the boat on that one. Send us your memes. Send us your dice picks. We want all of the picks of your naughty dice. Send them to totalpartyguild@gmail.com. We read them all. We reply.
I want to say, what the fuck, Sean? You got dreadnoughts and you got Duergar that can one-shot the Bard and the Warlock, and you got Intellect Devourers and Mind Flayers that take control of the Warlock that can one-shot the Bard.
Yeah,
And yet we did it.
By the skin
that was
of our teeth.
darn scary. Yeah,
Yeah. At one point, I had 11 hit points.
I ended with 18.
And that's when I had 11 hit points, and then the crazy fucking warlock got mind controlled. And I was like, please don't come for me. Please don't come for me. You could one shot me on a good day.
Forget about a bad day. Yeah, I drank a health potion that gave me 21 hit points, and then I ended at 18. Like, if there wasn't that extra D4 in there, like, I don't know what happened, man.
In all of that,
Like,
so
holy crap.
I can invert my colors.
Yeah, no, that was the
Anyway.
whole goal.
Worth it.
Whole story arc. Plastic jewelry ring, just so I can be black tiefling instead of white.
And remember, guildies, a guild of many defeats more monsters. Party on!
Party
Party
on.
on.
And just to let you guildies know, due to some technical difficulties and some issues that we are having with recording, we will be taking a break for the next couple of weeks from Total Party Guild. An update will go out on our websites and Twitter and all the usual channels. And as soon as we can get up and running again, we will let everybody know. So stay tuned, and soon you will hear us rocking another episode of Total Party Guild again. Thank you all, guildies, for listening, and we will see you soon.